Shutter priority mode is perfect when you care about shutter speed beyond anything else. In this video, I'm going to share with you what is shutter priority mode and what you need to know to how to use it. Every modern digital camera is going to have several camera shooting modes. One of them is shutter priority. It can be easily identified by the capital letter S or by the letters TV for Canon cameras. You can find it on either your camera mode dial or in the shooting menu settings in your camera menu. Here are a few good examples of when it's best to use shutter priority mode. When you're trying to stop action, you need to set the shutter speed faster than the subject you're photographing. If you want to make moving objects look blurry, you need to set the shutter speed slower than the subject. When you're using a telephoto lens without a tripod, or if you have shaky hands, you have to set the shutter speed high enough so you don't introduce camera shake. While shooting video, a higher shutter speed can be used to make the video look jerky, which may or may not be the desired results you're looking for. If lighting conditions are changing constantly or your subject is moving erratically, shutter priority mode requires the least amount of thought except for program or auto mode. You set the shutter speed and the camera does the rest. However, unlike program mode, there are no limitations on the range of shutter speed choices except for the camera's own limitations. Want to use a shutter speed higher than the lens's widest aperture will allow? Go ahead, the camera would do its best that it can and usually just produce an underexposed shot, while the aperture value blinks like crazy at you in the viewfinder. If you shoot RAW, you might be able to bring up the exposure later in your editing software. If you're constantly frustrated by the limitations of your aperture, you may need a better lens. When you're using shutter priority, it means that the aperture or the depth of field will change depending on the total amount of light entering the camera. That's because your camera will automatically adjust the aperture setting to get the best exposure. If you don't want to have to lower your shutter speed in order to avoid capturing blurry images due to handshake, I recommend increasing the ISO setting. Using a faster lens also, such as a lens with a maximum aperture value of f1.8, f1.4, or f1.2, will allow more light to enter the camera without you having to lower your shutter speed. Experiment. Capture images at different shutter speeds. Find out what works best for your shooting style. Increasing the shutter speed stops movement. Decreasing the shutter speed blurs movement. Before you set your shutter speed, just ask yourself, how much movement do I want in my photo? If you have any further questions to help improve your photography, join my Patreon for continued support and advice. If you enjoyed this video and you would like to see more, please press that like, that share, that subscribe, and hit that bell icon to get notifications for my upcoming videos. I'm Robert Silver, and until next time, keep shooting and stay creative.